ви најавам многу специјална епизода на Скратен корнер со ова нешто што е зади мене. Знаете што е? Ке дознаете за кратко. На 21 мај оваа година во Скопје, како дел од FIFA World Cup Trophy Tour, пристигна официјалниот трофеј од фудбалското светско првенство на FIFA. А екипата на Скратен корнер беше токму таму, на местото на настанот. За сите кои не беа таму, ќе се обидеме да ви ја доближиме атмосферата и да ви покажеме што се случуваше и зошто бевме толку возбудени околу овој ден. Многу забава, музика, фудбалски игри и неповторливи доживувања кронисани со еден од најголемите моменти од постоењето на Скратен корнер досега. Интервјуто со глобалната легенда, светскиот шампион Жилберто Силва, кој е официјален амбасадор на FIFA World Cup Trophy Tour за оваа година. Останете со нас за да слушнете што ни кажа големиот Жилберто Силва.
А сега, драги наши фанови, нешто незадолжително и специјално за кое што бевме многу возбудени, ама не смеевме да ви кажеме за жал. До мене е една вистинска легенда на фудбалската игра, господинот Жилберто Силва, освојувач на Светско Првенство, освојувач на Премиер лигата и уште еден куп титули. Mr. Жилберто Silva, let me say that it's a huge pleasure to say welcome for the first time to our country.
It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure to be here. You know, from the first person we've met here in the country this morning in the airport was a fantastic feeling because we could see how happy the people was, you know, to welcome us and this FIFA World Cup Trophy Tour by Coca-Cola. And for us, you know, it's a great privilege to be here. It's an honor to bring the trophy, to bring some kind of happiness for the people to see, to have this opportunity to see the trophy. And yeah, we are happy. You know, so far it's been, even though you know it's quite fast, we come go to the events, but we could see that you know the importance of it for the people, for the country, and the way they speak, the way they approach me was really good. Still very good.
The whole place is filled with excitement, and I can say that we've been waiting for this for so long. Since we known about this, it has been, whoa, so hard to keep it a secret that you're coming here. So we would like to ask you a few questions if you would allow us.
Sure.
Sure. How would you like to go first?
Yeah. So, first thing, it's a great honor to have you here with us. Since we're a generation of young people who grew up with football that you played, and it was really nice football to watch. So my first question is the feeling when you entered the locker room with all those players around you, 2002. What was it? Did you feel like, oh yeah, we're gonna win this?
Oh, first of all, no, it's an honor, honestly. You know, reply you, it's an honor. I've been here as well. In Macedonia, this is the first time. I hope it's not going to be the last one. I want to come here at some point to watch some football games because this is my passion, this is my blood, in my vein, my soul. And, you know, we took a bit longer to get into the dressing room because we stay in the bus when we arrive for about 10 minutes, play some music, some samba. Because we have a routine in every game, you know, we have like a playlist of songs that we have to play before we go to the game. After we finish this playlist, I'll say, oh, now we are ready. Until then, you know, we stay there, and but when we arrived there, it was full focus about what we have to do. Because it's the final. It's the only chance you have to become champion. You cannot miss this opportunity. And listen, for me, I was fortunate enough to play alongside such great legends. They were my idol. Guys like Cafu, Ronaldo, Roberto Carlos, Rivaldo, and Ronaldinho. Despite the fact that he was younger than me, but he was, a special player. And to be part of that team was some unique moments in my career. It has changed everything from the moment I went to the World Cup and the moment we won the competition. And I think this is the reason I'm here today, speaking to you all.
Yeah.
I still, getting all the benefits from have won that competition. It's special. It's unique. It's about. I think it's more than a dream come true because it's something you. Okay, if you are in the national team, you may think, oh, if you go to the World Cup, you may have a chance. But if you are not there, it's quite impossible to dream. But being there and have this opportunity was something very special.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Vlatko, would you like to go second?
Yes. As a footballer, you've been on top of the world. You became a world champion. You became a Golden Premier League champion. So, as we have many fans in our country here for you, what's your message for the youth fans and the next generation of footballers?
For the next generation of football players, as they know, football is not easy to achieve great results. It's not easy to go at the top. You have to work very hard. You have to have resilience. You have to have persistence. You have to get a balance in what you have to do, because you have to avoid many things you want to do when you are young. You want to go to your friends to some place, but you are not allowed because you have to training session, you have to go to the game, you have to be in the hotel traveling, and so on. You have to do a lot of sacrifice to become a football player. But if you want to become a top player, if you want to reach the best out of your career, work so hard as much as you can. And because the life has no reply, there is no way back. If you miss the opportunity, if you don't do what you have to do in order to become successful in football, you will not have this chance again. And this is what I have done, because I know where I came from. I came from a very little village. I work as a noble labor before football started in my life. For 2.5 years, I have to work in a switch factory, which was not easy. But when I got there in football, I work a lot. We stayed there, we had our session, but after our session, I stay on the field for an hour to keep training, because for me it was like trying to recover the time I was working in the factory, and now having this opportunity in football is like trying to buy time. But I know it's not like that, It's just work extra to put extra effort in order to improve my skills. I knew that when I arrived, there was much better player than me. This is for sure. But I don't know how strong they were mentally in order to do what they have to do when the coach set up the training session. But afterwards, how much they were okay to put some more extra work. This is what I have done. For this young generation, the thing has changed a lot, as you have seen, Things are much more easier in terms of the facilities they've got, the technology, and so on. I didn't have a phone to call to my mom. I have to share rooms with 4 to 5 other players when I start. Some of them, they don't do it. The sacrifice is too much. But if they concentrate in what they have to do, in the sacrifice they have to do, I'm sure they can achieve. And the message is work hard and focus in what you want to achieve, and dream big. But it's not only about dream big, but we have to work, work very, very hard. And in the end, I think the hard works pay off to everybody who are, willing to sacrifice themselves to succeed in football, in life, in their relationship, in their family, in as a journalist, the press, in any podcast or whatever you decide to do. Work hard always.
Thank you, thank you. It was
I
really
have
an
a
honor.
follow-up question, if you would allow me. You said that footballer's life is hard, and we know how tough it is to endure a whole season, and we can only assume that it's been hard for a career as long as yours and as big as yours. At what point in your season or in your career do you start to prepare for the World Cup? That you know you're going to get there, but you want to win it. At what point you start preparing?
Well, for the World Cup, when I came back, when I left the factory, when I was 19 years old, and tried to follow up my dreams again, and then I have a second opportunity to be playing this club, my first club, América Mineiro, and arriving there is like it's a different kind of fight, You have a fight on the field, and but for me it's like fight for food, not because I miss food at home, but it's like this, my mentality, because I didn't have any other opportunity after that. If I miss, I knew that was the last chance for me. It's like, for example, I'll give, I don't know if you have been to safari, but imagine that you are in a safari, and at some point, you just came out of the car, you see the lion, you want to run more than the lion, in order to survive. And for me, it was about this, it's like run, fight one lion and run, from another lion every day. Is in order to achieve what I want to achieve. But preparing for the World Cup is, I think for the players, they have to prepare to succeed every day. Is in the club where the dream is to be part of the national team start. Because if you don't succeed in the teams you are playing with, if you are in a small club, work hard there to go to a better club. If you are in a better club, work hard there to become a champion, to succeed there, and to make your club and fans proud of you, of your work, in order to get the chance to the national team. And when you are in the national team, come on, man, it's the shirt of your country.
Oh, yes.
It's something that, is I had a goosebump, because I've seen some yellow shirt here. Despite the fact it's not Brazilian, but I see some kids wear Macedonia shirt.
Yes.
I got a shirt from the president of the National Federation today. It's beautiful. I'll keep in a special place in my collection because I know how does that mean, for somebody wear the shirt of their country. And for me means a lot, I think the preparation for me, despite the fact that I didn't know I was going to be selected in the national team, started when I had my second chance to play football in this club. But obviously, when I had the first chance to be selected from Escolar in the last two games of the qualification in South America, I said, listen, I have to work even harder now because I want to have more chance. I have to create my opportunity to be part of the team, the World Cup. But you have no guarantee.
Of course.
That's why you have to work hard, Because if you have guarantee, you become lazy. Because if things is so easy, you don't appreciate what you achieve, I'm sure for you guys, to be here today or do the podcast you are doing, I don't know for how long, but you have made a lot of effort, a lot of steps to come to this point.
Yes.
I think it's for all of us, because people sometimes see the success, but below the success, there is a lot of hard work, a lot of nights you don't sleep well, a lot of worries you have. Sometimes we have to worry with our families, how to feed them, how to give them a better life. In football, you have to deal with this all the times. I remember coming to games where I have a problem in my family. I have health problems, and you have to work out on your mind to keep the balance of this. I think it's a everyday preparation to the World Cup.
So your whole football life is just a preparation for the next challenge, we can say.
Listen, coming from a very small village and having an opportunity in football, I can I cannot allow myself to think small. I have to think big. And to think big, you have to make big efforts. You have to work harder. Because imagine we are on the same team. Let's say we play in the same team, and maybe one or two of you play the same position as me. You may can, maybe you are in terms of quality, you can be much better than me. But if I work hard and if you don't pay attention, I will overcome you. This is what I have done. Because I knew I didn't have the talent of many of my colleagues. Because they start early. When they start play football, such as young kids, I was working. I work in a construction. I work in a switch factory. And they were playing football in the academy, having all the facilities, the training, the right nutrition. I was working to help my family. But arriving there, I said, listen, now doesn't matter how good they are in terms of their abilities, but mentally, they are not better than me because I work much, much more than what they do. Because they complain about the training session, I want to work more. When finish, I just want to understand what's the next drill I'm going to do, how much I have to run afterwards, if I have to go to the gym or whatever. And they complain about the training. I said, man, you don't know what's the hard life. Man. Play football is hard. Say that, I don't mean that football is easy. I just say that, my mentality was about to become better every day. 1% every day. That's why I worked extra every day.
Your work rate is on extremely high level. Your work rate, your
In my mind, there, and my heart, being there in this something in football, did not have space to think that think was hard for me. Okay, it was hard. I knew that, but when you feel the pain, when you sweat, is how you remember the sacrifice you had when you achieve things. Because if you don't sweat, if you don't have the pain, you don't appreciate. And I think nowadays, my last year was 2013. I still involved in football in different positions now. For me, it's still about learning. It's still about improve myself as a human being, as a professional, learn new skills, getting working out in different competencies in order to succeed. It's a hard path, but let's keep moving. Let's work hard in order to become the best as I can, and believe in myself and put a lot of work on it.
So, one last question for me. Who was the best samba player in the nation?
The best samba player? Well, listen, it's hard one because we have Ronaldinho, we have Rivaldo, we have Ronaldo, Roberto Carlos, Cafu, but
Seasoned samba players.
well, it's tough, it's tough. I think that their talent was something amazing, but I think the team in general is like an orchestra, because one depends of the other in order to play well, and my position, I didn't have their abilities, but I have to run for them to get the ball back as many times as possible and to give them back for them, try to dribble, try to score. If they miss, I have to run again to give. This was my ability, just get the ball back, fight the opponents, go after the ball and get the ball and pass to them. I didn't care, because I knew they just need one opportunity to score the goal. And I don't know if you remember, in the semi-final against Turkey, it started like this. They had a corner. Marcos passed to me. I passed one opponent and gave to Ronaldo. And then Ronaldo just did what he did best, over his career.
Scored the goal, yeah.
He provided the magic, and we won and went to the final. I think team is like this, it's about work hard, about the purpose. We had a purpose as a team, but obviously, the ability of Ronaldinho, and Rivaldo was something very special.
One last question before we finish this. You mentioned that you've seen our national jerseys here. And they're the ones that brought passion for us because it was our first big competition as a national team, the Euros. This was our first Euros. Now, you have been to many competitions, Copa America, World Cup, that's like usual thing to you. But winning it must also bring joy, right? How did the people back in Brazil just reacted to this success? Was it the same here because we celebrated every single goal as we won the Euros?
No, for sure they celebrate, The only thing that we have to learn how to deal with the success is because there is more pressure on it. There is more expectations. And obviously, I remember playing the World Cup in 2002 when they show us some clips for the final about Amazon Forest. The Indians, have a TV there, like a big tent. They were there around. There was a small TV in a table like this. The Indians were there, man, cheering for us. When we saw that images, they show São Paulo, they show Rio de Janeiro, other cities, they show my hometown. When I saw that, I say, wow, this is something big. We have to do our best for them because they expect a lot from us. This is what we did. And I'm sure all the country of Macedonia, North Macedonia, are proud for the national team, for what they achieved. Despite the fact they didn't win, despite the fact they didn't go to the World Cup, but the efforts, the players, the staff, everyone that worked in this project, was very important for the country. You have to be proud for what we have done. And this gives all of you, as a nation, more responsibility in terms of keeping work as a nation to support the national team, to support the staff, to support the sports, support football, other sports, because this is about the community. I think football for me is a way of living. And when you understand that as a community, it's about helping each other and focusing in what we have to do in order to become better as a football player, as a person, and as a nation. And football has the power to make everyone together think in the same way. And from my side, what I can say to you guys, to wish you all the best. And I hope to see you soon in the next follow competitions. And at some point, come back here to watch some games and see you in the next World Cup.
You're welcome at any time. It's been an honor, I can say.
Pleasure.
This is the replica from the
Last Euros.
2020, the one that we were in.
I'm signed.
Yeah, we would like to sign. It's a bit dirty because everybody played with this ball.
It's fantastic.
Like,
Now I have to go to museum.
Yeah, it's really nice. So it would be lovely to have your signature over there.
Thank you. It was a pleasure doing the interview with you. Thank you.
Pleasure.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you very
Жилберто
much.
Silva. It has been amazing.
Pleasure is ours.
How do you say thank you?
Fala.
Fala.
Yeah.
Fala. Yeah.
Еден од најубавите денови од постоењето на скратен корнер досега. Нашата екипа би сакала да им се заблагодари на господинот Жилберто Силва за искреното интервју и укажаната шанса да размениме неколку зборови со него, секако на Coca и пивара Скопје, кои го организираа овој настан и ни ја дадоа шансата да учествуваме во него, но најмногу од се ви благодариме вам, нашите фанови, без чија што поддршка ова не можеше да се случи. Се надеваме дека уживавте во видеото, бидејќи ние овој ден дефинитивно ќе го памтиме уште многу, многу долго. Се гледаме во некоја следна епизода, а до тогаш бидете така. Поздрав од екипата на Скратен корнер. Аха, нема шанси. Нема шанси.
Ставаме крај на настанот во Coca-Cola. Тоа е, World Cup трофи турот заврши. Снимивме уште една епизода, се надевам дека уживавте и тоа е тоа.